Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the crystal readings time. And as you probably know by now, I am using the Tarot of Gemstones and Crystals deck to give you your readings from the crystals. So if you would like a reading, feel free to type into the chat. I do 3 different types of readings with 1 card for a general reading, 3 cards for past, present and future, and 4 cards for either a situation or a relationship. And as always, at first I will pull out 1 card as a general reading for everyone who is watching live, and then I will read the interpretation of the card. So feel free to type into the chat if you would like a reading, and also if the card that I pulled for everyone resonated with you. And this card now is silver. Silver is a metal which symbolizes fantasy, intellectual quest, dreams, love, malleability, and sensibility. It strengthens the sensitive, intuitive, emotional, and feminine qualities. As a result, with the help of intuition, we can develop new plans based on our dreams. The interpretation of this card is new concepts, courage, hope, and well-devised plans. The shadow aspects are self-delusion, deception, shyness, and cowardice. So feel free to type into the chat if this card resonated with you, and also if you would like a card pulled out from the deck for you. For the 3 and 4 cards reading, feel free to show your support through PayPal. And for a general reading with 1 card, it is free. And until you type into the chat, or until I am able to see the chat, because sometimes I do have some issues with the chat not showing up, I will pull 3 cards of the deck to see the past, present, and future situation in the world as a general reading. So let's see what we have here. The first card represents the past. The second card represents the present moment. And the third card represents the future. So let's start with the first card, which is represented by the lapis lazuli. This is a stone of wisdom, which brings clarity to thought, calms the mind, and allows easier perception of our task in life. As a meditation stone, it guides us to our inner being and brings new inspirations, as well as strength of faith and kindness. The interpretation of this card is wisdom, self-knowledge, inspiration, acceptance of circumstances, performance of duty, caution, and repose. May also mean spiritual development, perceiving the essential, and recognizing one's talents in peace and solitude. The shadow aspects of this card are immaturity, mistakes, stubbornness, death, and loss. This was for the past. Now let's see the future, the present moment with the chrysoprase. This precious stone brings clarity to our thoughts and lets us look within. In this way, it helps us find new thought patterns. Its healing green makes us more adaptable and bestows harmony, reduces relentlessness, and promotes presence of mind. The interpretation of this card is harmony, celebration, important contacts, peace, joy, marriage, and perfection. The shadow aspects are insecurity, imperfection, and failure to finish something. Feel free to type into the chat if any of the cards resonate with you in this moment or with your current situation. And now let's have a look at the future, represented by the onyx. This stone is associated with energy and inner strength. It helps us identify and overcome our weak points, dispels melancholy, and imparts the power of resistance. The interpretation of this card is energy, courage, strength, self-control, belief in power of resistance, victory of love, and health. May also mean triumph through perception and fortitude, and being and staying in your own center. The shadow aspects are weakness, fear, violence, rage, arrogance, illness, and misuse of power. So this was the past, present, and future situation in the world as a general reading. So feel free to type into the chat if you would like a card. And silver is the general card for everyone today, or in this precise moment, for everyone who is watching now. And as usual, I'm going to reread the interpretation of the general card at the end of the session. So I am going to wait a little longer to see if any messages pop up into the chat, and if not, I am going to read once again the interpretation of the general card. In the meantime, feel free to show your support through PayPal, or you can find a donations page on my website, where you can also book reading sessions with me in private, 1 hour long sessions, where I combine the tarot deck as well as the pendulum to give you the most accurate readings possible from the crystals. So for the pendulum, it is okay to ask questions that can be answered with just a yes or no answer, while for the deck, you should ask questions such as what will happen if, should I, or what is the next step. This allows the cards to be more explicit with your answer. So let's see once again the meaning and interpretation of the general card. Which is silver. And silver is a metal which symbolizes fantasy, intellectual quest, dreams, love, malleability, and sensibility. It strengthens the sensitive, intuitive, emotional, and feminine qualities. As a result, with the help of intuition, we can develop new plans based on our dreams. The interpretation of this card is new concepts, courage, hope, and well-devised plans. And the shadow aspects are self-delusion, deception, shyness, theft, dread, and cowardice. So thank you everyone for tuning in. Thank you for watching. And I will see you next time. Have a blessed evening, everyone.